Arup is a global consulting firm that really specialises in the built environment. Everyone here is passionate really about design, about quality and excellence, and our overall ambition as a firm is stated as being to shape a better world. So I began my career working in London, learning to design buildings. I then moved to Hong Kong and then Germany. So I was working with some of the greatest architects in the world, designing fantastic buildings. But at the same time, on my weekends, I was actually training to be a post-disaster engineer. And then when I came back to Arup in 2005, having been working in Sri Lanka during the Indian Ocean tsunami, I decided that what I wanted to do going forwards was to actually focus on using my engineering skills in helping developing countries and in humanitarian situations. And hence I set up Arup International Development. We focus in my team on two different areas. One we call sustainable infrastructure, and the other is about resilient cities and communities. We're working with the World Bank at the moment, and that program is called the Global Program for Safer Schools. And the reality is that there are hundreds and thousands of classrooms being built around the world every day. But the design of those classrooms, the way they're built, is not necessarily taking account of the hazards they're going to face. And I'm talking about hazards like earthquakes, but also cyclones. And so we actually dig down and find out what are the issues that mean schools aren't being built safely. So we then can be creative and go the next step and say what changes need to be made in those countries in order to get to safer schools. Much of my work these days focuses on resilience, and people say, what does resilience mean? Very simply, it's the ability of complex systems to continue to function when they face disruption. So a lot of the work we do is on resilient cities, and we're talking about what makes cities function. Now, part of that is the infrastructure in cities. It's the dikes and dams that protect us. It's the telecommunications and the transport systems. But there are other things that actually make cities function, and that's the things that actually promote social cohesion. So that might be just green spaces in cities that allow people to come together and congregate. They're places of opportunity, they're places of creativity and innovation, but they're also places where stresses accumulate and shocks can occur, and we need to make sure our cities are a success and can deal with whatever happens to them.